Hello, how are you? My name is Elizabeth. And this is Embracing the Chaos. I'm your chaos coach. I'm really excited about this message. This message is, I'm glad that I'm really happy that it was bestowed upon me to deliver this message. This is about dark empaths. Oh, honey, dark empaths. Been in a place of void, have you? Yeah. Well, that's all about to change. So, I've got a few messages here in my meditation that I have that I'm going to go read off to you. And then we'll jump into your reading. So you know the rules of tarot. You take what resonates and you leave what does not. If it doesn't apply, then we simply let it fly. Flip it, switch it, stick it. But we don't force anything to fit in any type of way. Okay, babes? This is a good energy. Good energy. So what I was picking up is that the dark empath. If you resonate with this, if you resonate with a dark empath, this means that you've integrated your shadow, okay? You're still empathic, but now you're an empath that has discernment, and you know how to use your shadow. You know what your shadow's for. Your shadow is meant to protect your light and the light of others, and you know this, okay? So the dark empath that's making a comeback. Oh yeah. No more being the emotional punching bag of others. That shit's out the window. No longer allowing others to manipulate them into doing their bidding. No more conforming to what others believe that they should be. They're no longer hiding behind closed doors or dimming their light to suit others. These empaths are coming out of the dark and are about to expose all those that have done them wrong. But not in the way you might think. No. They're not putting them on blast. They're not hanging those cruel, toxic energies out on a line and expecting them to dry. No. What the dark empath is doing at this stage is they're allowing those said energies to tuck tail and run. They're running the other way. But they know it. They do this with ease because those energies are going to go just a little ways away. Oh, absolutely. But they want to keep tabs on you just in case that you might fall. Well, it ain't happening. Here's what's happening. They're going to be watching you from a distance. So you'll have a lot of watcher energies that come in. You'll have a lot of people trying to come in and, try to get information from you. Things like that. Well, they're going to be watching you from a distance, all right? And what they're going to be watching is you aligning with your higher purpose. They're fixing to watch you rise above any of the BS that they bestowed upon you. You're showing up in for yourself, and you're no longer hiding. You're not dimming your light to suit them because they can't handle it. They can't handle the sting of it, the reality of it. And then, to make matters even better, they can't reapproach you. They know better. Because what happens when they do? You know exactly how to use your shadow to back them up. I'm hearing the backup beeper on a truck. Beep, 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 beep. I'm hearing wheels of squealing. I mean, they're going fast in reverse, trying to get the hell out of there. And you know what's the best part? Is they have no clue. They have no clue what they have done. But they're about to find out. So like I said, you've been in a place of void. Kind of worried. Been sitting in the dark, in the shadow. Wondering, when is the time? When is the right time? Well, it looks like you're fixing to find out, babe. So pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your guides. Meditate. But you're about to make a comeback, sweetheart. And you are definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. Looks like there's some kind of, we have the Two of Torches here. Well, isn't that interesting? There's more than one way you can go about doing this. But the light, it doesn't matter which way. You already know either way is going to be successful. Either path that you choose, it doesn't matter because those energies cannot reattach themselves to you. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. It's not going to matter. They can try all they want. They're going to come at you. Oh, yeah. They'll come after you. Because they think that they have a right to you. Oh, because they think they have a right to you? Are you serious right now? I don't think so. I don't think so. They have a right to you. Let's see what else comes out. 3 of Torches. Yeah. They're confused. See, because you understand what direction, because you have the path. You have the map. It's with you. Right? You were always the way. But they did you wrong. They showed you things about themselves that they couldn't handle. And you showed it back to them. And when they couldn't handle that light, well, then they got a little bit confused. So I feel like they're the ones that's going to be at this crossroads trying to figure out what path to go down. How do I get to the collective? How do I get to the empath? How do I get back to them? Because I need that energy. Well, that's just too bad. Because it doesn't matter which path that they go down, it's not going to lead to you, sweetheart. No. Because your guides are behind you. They're with you 110%, and they are covering your tracks. You know that they're showing me that image of that where the sand, the walking in the sand, the footprints in the sand. You've seen that, right? They're showing me that. But you're carrying who's carrying you? Who's carrying you? You are. Not them. That's the reason why they're only seeing one set of footprints, but they don't know which ones to follow, right? Because, well, it doesn't look like yours. Why? Why doesn't it look like yours? Not a beakers. Ooh. Someone's trying to play a little trick here. Mm-hmm. This is a suffering and silence kind of person. Is that who you've been dealing with? Or are you unlocking that door? Because I see you unlocking that door. I feel like you're the one that's unlocking that door. Because you've had the key the whole time. So you've been keeping yourself held back from taking on some particular path for your higher purpose because you were worried about what others think, or you listening too much to those of the past and the things that they were saying and the things that they told you. Well, we're no longer listening to that shit, right? No. They fear? Oh, they have fears, honey. You bet they do. Ooh, the Knight of Books is trying to come out there. What action? They're thinking about taking some kind of action here. I don't know if this could be just any kind of energy. It doesn't have to be any particular one. This is just outside energies that are wanting to reattach to you because you're on your way, babe. You're on your way to the top. And you ain't taking no for an answer. And they ain't going to be able to come in and reattach themselves to you. No, I don't think so. Yeah. They left you in a pile of heat, didn't they? They tried to confuse you. They tried to confuse your intuition. They tried to gaslight you. But now look who's running around rampant trying to figure out, well, which way did the collective go? Yeah, that's mass confusion right there. That's mass hysteria. They aren't going to know what to do with themselves. Yeah, because they betrayed you. Now they feel betrayed. They feel betrayed by you. Oh, well, that's just too damn bad. Because in the space that you're in right now, if you've integrated your shadow, you're not concerned about it. No. They're not taking in consideration if you did exit stage left, if you did walk away, if you did put up the boundaries and you're not allowing them back in your energy, they're not taking accountability for what got you to that point. Wouldn't be all the betrayals, all the shit that they did upon you. Oh, you did it one time. You're finally standing up for yourself. And now they want to have something to say? I don't think so. They don't see themselves, sins of their ancestors. They don't see what they've done in the past has been repeated. See, because you've been able to, I feel like you've been able to get to a place where you're no longer held by what was told and the things that your ancestors might have done, because you freed yourself. Because you're a supreme being is what I'm hearing. You're supreme. You're not of necessarily human. Okay? You would definitely resonate with being from somewhere else. Okay? The sins of your ancestors that caused betrayal. Yeah. Violent. You're no longer scared. No longer worried about the backlash or the things that they might say. What can they really do to you? Spank you and take your birthday away? I don't think so. Settle some more, please. Sacrifice. This is what you've been doing. I feel like that's what you've done for so long. You've kept yourself hidden. You dimmed your light. You sacrificed way too much of yourself, and those days are over. We're not doing that shit anymore. And we don't care who likes it. You're coming out of the void. No longer sacrificing yourself. Absolutely not. And I'm seeing that pyramid, and to me, they're showing me like stacks of gold. Like, that's cool. So, like, your abundance is going to come in. Things are going to change, like, tremendously for you in your world. You're, like, they're showing me, like, building blocks. So, you've been working really hard to free yourself from the things that are said, the belief systems that we believed in ourselves, where we didn't believe that we were always going to be stuck because that's what they told us. We were never going to amount to anything because that's what they told us. That we're too sensitive because that's what they told us. Just anything and everything that they told us, we're no longer listening to that crap because we all know who is the too sensitive one. Well, it ain't you, babes. It ain't you. Not a books. Yeah, you've taken action. You've studied. You've researched. You've done enough. You know enough now exactly what path you need to go down because that falls under the Two of Torches. So you're making that choice. You've thought about it long enough, is what I'm hearing. Thought about it long enough. Knight of Torches and the Six of Pentacles. Somebody's going to come in and give you a solid offer here. Could be gifting you something. Maybe. Yeah. Here's the thing. The best part of it all is the gem that they've been searching for and everyone else. So they betrayed you by seeing other people do it, cheating on you, backstabbing, lying, doing you dirty. And it didn't have to just be romantic. It could be family members going behind your back, talking smack, throwing roadblocks up in the paths that you were on. So say that you were, you had plans, you had goals, and they would deliberately go out of their way to make sure that you weren't able to achieve those goals. Well, the thing of it is, you were the gem the entire time. The entire time. You might have been a little rough around the edges, a little tarnished because of all the boo crap that you had to deal with. But you've been in darkness long enough. You've worked on yourself long enough that now you shine. And they're going to see that they missed out. They missed out. They totally missed out. They were trying to confuse you which direction to go. You're no longer confused. They're the ones that's going to be confused now. Because when they look at you, they're going to be like, well, wait a minute. What about me? Well, what about you? Huh? You should have thought about that before you did me dirty. I mean, we all know. We all get it. Our soul needs to grow. In order to do that, we have to go through and endure pain, things like that, because the human experience, we're unable to actually, some of us, most of us really need to experience things to have certain abilities. Well, your abilities are heightened at this time. And now the path that you're on is yours. It's not anyone else's, it's yours. King of Pentacles. So you've been able to ground something in your reality. You're thinking practical and logical. Well, you always have been, but you just kind of like allowed those. So it was repeated things that you heard constantly from others. But I did a reading the other day that was talking about we give the ammunition away because we expose too much of ourselves to these individuals. We don't use discernment over who's allowed that information. And we're guilty. I'm guilty of it. Hey, I'm no saint. I'm just as guilty as the next about handing over that box of ammunition and just allowing them to use it whenever they feel the need to. But that ain't happening no more. We're using our discernment. We're really starting to think in with the self, and we're starting to understand who is someone that's, let's see, what's that level? It's a certain type of level, clearance, high clearance level. And it's a soul check. We're doing a soul check. And if that soul doesn't check out and it's dirty and it's tarnished and it's got some things going on, well, we ain't giving that box of ammunition to them anymore, are we? We're saving that shit for ourselves. Death. So you recently had an ending, huh? That ending did quite a number on you, didn't it? You were dealing with somebody pretty damn rough. I don't like to label people, but you know what kind of energy it was. And very toxic. You showed them things. You showed up for that connection. You showed up with love. And all that light, super stuff that you hear, that the spiritualists all put out there, yeah, you showed up in that, didn't you? And what did it get you? To the place where you're going to have to transform yourself. That's exactly what's happened. This had to come to an end. It had to. Because it was only dragging you down. So, I feel like you need to look at that situation as it happened for you, babes. Because that's the reason why you about to blow them up out of the water. That whoever that person was, you owe. No, you don't owe them anything. But I bet you don't have a problem telling them thank you, do you? Thank you for your services. I appreciate you. Because now, ain't nothing going to hold me back. Nothing. So there was a lot of soul growth. I don't feel like there was growth in that situation as far as you were concerned. Maybe a little bit, but it was more of something that was showing you just how far you really come, just how strong you really are, and exactly what it is you are meant to be doing. And it is not attaching yourself to chaotic individuals that don't want to heal themselves, know nothing about healing themselves, care nothing about healing themselves, and wants to run around wounding everybody from their own personal wounds because they don't like what they've shown. They don't understand how things work. They don't care to understand how things work. And if they have that kind of mindset, they're never going to understand it. And so you've reached a place where you're not, it's okay. That's the way you want to go. So you're just like, okay. They're going to come back. Oh, yeah. They'll come back around. Hide and watch, babes. Because now I'm getting that dark feminine energy that's coming up. Where you are going to be, whoo, damn. 7 of books. Yeah. So they left some things out. Who left some things out? Somebody left some things out. Tell me about that. What's the 7 of books? So, there was... Oh, you're bringing it into that. Okay. That'll tell me. You brought it into their thieving. So, they're thieving ways. Well, by using your energy, babe. And how do they use your energy? Because you have belief in them when they don't believe in themselves. Well, now, instead of believing in others, you're starting to believe in yourself. That's the part you've been missing. And now that you're starting to believe in yourself, well, that black cat energy, oh yeah. Dark feminine energy, oh yeah. It's coming up. Oh yeah. And everything you ever desired and more has been on its way to you for a hot minute. You just didn't know that, did you? So the ball on this started rolling quite some time ago. 6 of beakers. This is something that was meant to happen. So you've known there's a remembrance. Oh, you're remembering back to a time when, before all the trauma, all the bull crap started happening. You're receiving a download. There's a download about something here where you were lied to. Is that what it was? Your parent, whatever parent you were dealing with, lied to you, manipulated, done you dirty, wasn't there for you, didn't support you, didn't take up for you, cared nothing about you. So there was they planted some kind of seed way back when. It's that seed of you're never going to amount to anything, right? Yeah. Well, it looks to me like you've been leaving, and I'm getting an energy of like leaving little breadcrumbs for yourself. That's pretty cool. Your future self was leaving breadcrumbs for you to be able to find your way back to yourself. That's what I'm getting with that Seven of Pentacles. That's exactly what I'm getting. You've not that you allowed, well, you did allow, let's just face it, you did allow breadcrumbs from other people. But you took the breadcrumbs that were given to you and was leaving a little trail for yourself so that you could find your way back to yourself. They were trying to lead you off, lead you astray, keep you lost and wondering. And now that you've picked up the pieces, that's by going by and picking up all those breadcrumbs you left for yourself. You picked up the pieces, huh? And you've integrated yourself. And now you're unstoppable. Unstoppable. Chaos, Nine of Books. Yeah. So in the past, they planted little seeds in your head that, caused you to have a lot of fear and a lot of worry about going and doing things and standing up for yourself and actually being who you were. They made you believe things that weren't true. That's because they didn't see themselves. They couldn't see themselves. And I'm getting an energy of someone that really saw who you were, like your love, your passion, and they really wanted to diminish you. They really wanted to stifle you. They really wanted to put you down. I feel like this person is probably it is a parent, and or it's a sibling or something of that nature, and they really, 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 really despised you. Okay, well, I can tell you right now, they're not going to be real happy with what happens next. They're definitely watching from afar. They've heard. If they haven't heard, they're going to be hearing. You're fixing to have a major glow up. Like your life is fixing to be transformed in a major, major way. And like I said, you're unstoppable. So I kind of feel I'm getting an energy. That's the shadow. I mean, hey, it is what it is. If you ever see them in public, you smile, nod that head, you're going to keep on walking. And they ain't going to, I'm getting energy like their mouth is going to be open, like they just can't believe themselves. Their eyes are going to be huge. They're going to withdraw to themselves. They're going to how could they? How could the collective do that to me? Do what to you? What? You didn't do anything to them. You still haven't done anything to them. You're not going to do anything to them. You're doing it for yourself. And you're moving forward. And life is about to change. For real. Let's see what the angels have to say. I feel like the angels got something they want to add. The fallen angels, that is. Caution. You got somebody lurking in the shadows. Oh, they want to see you fall flat on your face. Please. It's not fixing to happen. Not fixing to happen. Moderation. So you're taking extra precautionaries. That's what I'm getting with that caution card. You're taking extra steps to ensure that you're making the right steps. You're doing the right things for yourself. And it looks like there's something trickling in here in moderation. There's something that's it's been slow going as far as getting you to this space. But they're telling me that you're kind of modest. You're going to be kind of modest. Quit being modest. Don't be modest. I understand you're humble. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't be deflecting and minimizing the amount of growth. Don't minimize how far you come. Don't minimize where you're going. Don't put yourself in the back. You're not in the back, babes. You're front. That's where you belong. That's where you've always belonged, and that's where you're going to stay. You're going to be on stage in front of everybody. Maybe not literally. I mean, you could be. You could be finding yourself on stage somewhere, but you are spiritually, you are meant to be up there with the rest, not in the back, watching and observing and in awe and wishing and hoping and praying. Maybe one day. No, that's not what you're meant to do. Mm-mm. So it took a little persuading, did it? They're saying it took a little bit of, So you could have someone come in that's trying to peacock. So they're trying to block. They're like going to show themselves up to be glamorous. And like they've got so many things that you must want, that you must have. And they're the only choice. They're the only thing for you. This is the only path. Well, yeah. Looks like your guide's already telling you. I mean, this heads up. Somebody come in ruffling up their feathers. So you're ruffling up feathers, all right. But you see the difference between your feathers being expanded like the peacock and theirs, or theirs just as ratty and kind of torn because, well, they didn't take care of themselves very well. Energetically, spiritually, no, not at all. And spiritually, you have been. You've been working on them. You've been fine-tuning each feather. And each feather of each one of yours is vibrant colors. It's very, very ecstatic. And it's huge. It outshines those that want to come after you. And it was the path that you chose. You chose this for yourself, whether you see it or not. They're saying this is exactly where you're supposed to be, where you are right now. Right now, this is exactly where you're supposed to be. And babes, let me tell you, you're on your way up. On your way up. Yeah, I see you got your defenses up because, well, you've got somebody that's been masking their feelings and their emotions, and they're going to want to try to come in and wreck what you've done. Well, you don't have to worry about it. It's just you just need to know. Just so you have the clear knowing of what this, it's like a very destructive energy, very chaotic. This is someone that's very boastful. It's going to try to come up, but you're just super aware. You're going to be hyper aware. I'm letting you know now to be aware. You know who it is without me going into tarot and really pulling that out. You know who that is for you. And that person is going to try to come in and, dismantle everything that you've created, everything that you've done, but not to worry. They're saying not to worry. You're golden. You have nothing to worry about because you ain't doing nothing wrong. It's going to come out in the wash. Honesty. What? Because you've been honest with yourself, it looks like manifestation of yours are going to start slowly trickling in. Because you really are starting to believe in yourself. That's what I'm getting. You are, there's an honest energy. I feel like there's another energy in your ethers, and you should be picking up on that. Your intuition should be picking up on that. You've learned how to use your discernment. So you'll know if it's really there, if something's there to wreck your world, or if it's there to actually uplift you and be a part of you. There's a difference. Seeing honesty down there twice, yeah, in partnership. And see with the white horse there, sometimes the light, they pose themselves as to be of light and of being of good intention. But with the two honesty cards and the partnership there, they're going to pose to be in your corner, but it looks like they're there to create chaos. So if you feel, I'm getting like the emotional body starts telling you, you start feeling triggers, you start feeling a fluctuation in your energy, you start feeling kind of drained around this person. There's something that just doesn't sit right with you. If you do not pay attention to that, they are going to destroy everything that you've come in. That's just what they're meant to do, right? But if you're really truthfully listening to yourself, you don't have anything to worry about because you're going to use your discernment. You're going to just not even attach yourself and allow those energies to come in. So if this is a past person, new person, could be an old energy that's showing up in a new person, You've got it, babe. You've got it. That's right. Here's why. The wisdom. Where do you get wisdom? I'm not talking about intellect. I'm not talking about knowledge. I'm talking about wisdom. Wisdom comes from experience. And you've got enough experiences with those type of energies of whether or not they're being honest. I mean, I call it my bullshit radar. When my bullshit radar starts going off, it doesn't matter how little of a lie or a little bit of a deception or big, it goes off. I may not know exactly at that moment exactly what it's about. Give me a minute and it will. But my bullshit radar will go off quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I feel like that's what we're really going to be paying attention to. Really leaning in on that little telltale sign. And that's how you're going to know if something there is to create chaos, create dramas, create hardship for you, or if it's actually there for you and not for themselves. Because people that truly care for you, they're not attaching themselves to you to gain from you. It's a help situation. It's an uplift. You bring each other up. If you're feeling drained when you connect with certain individuals, that's not somebody you need to be around. Regardless, I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's somebody you've known since childhood. I don't care if it's a boss. It doesn't matter. There's something there that you need to pay attention to, and you get the F away from them. Straight up. Straight up. Evaluation, change, and development. Ooh-wee. There's an evaluation going on. Ooh. So, now that the fog is lifted, see the fog? It looks like some kind of partnership, some kind of friendships coming in and to help you. And Bluth is not one to be played with. I promise you that. No, absolutely not. And you've chosen yourself. And that's because that's why this energy is showing up for you. That is why they're showing up for you. So you do have somebody that's honest. So you're just going to have to use your discernment right now. As I feel like you've kind of like just disassociated yourself from pretty much everyone. And now you're going to be calling in all these energies, okay? Some are meant to slow you down and create hardship and keep you from moving forward. Others are not. So it's really about using that discernment right now, paying attention to the emotional body. What is it telling us? And listening to our intuition. And hey, babes, if you've integrated your shadow, you know exactly how to utilize it to help you and to benefit you. So I do feel like that was your reading. And I'm going to tell you, that energy was phenomenal. And I appreciate each and every one of you that's made it to the end. And if you aren't already, subscribe to my channel for future content. Hit that like button. Help get this message out there because I feel like there's a lot of dark empaths. The empaths are making a comeback. It's everywhere. It shows everywhere. This is globally. This isn't just you. But you, my lovely, are making an impact within that collective. And I thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done. And thank you for everything that you are about to do. And until we meet again, toodaloo.